Hello, we are building a tandoor oven today and I have a good helper, Rui, who's going to walk us through all the steps.
Here are all our materials. A huge pot on a dolly with a hole in the middle. You can move it. A smaller pot and another smaller pot. A disc, which you drill 5 holes, one over here, one over here, one over here, one over here, and one over here.
And here is all the equipment we are going to use.
There's
the jigsaw,
a drill, and
some blades.
So we're done drilling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes in the saucer, and now you have to drill 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, that match these in this pot. Now we've done the 5 holes for the saucer and the pot. As you can see, there's a bunch of brick dust. And now we're going to work to make 4 holes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, just like this one, on the huge pot.
Alright, so half of our project is done. Here are the holes for the bigger outer pot, and actually I also had to drill holes in the dolly. So essentially the reason we drill this hole is to allow air to come in and for cleaning the ashes. So you basically just sweep the ashes down the holes through the dolly and down onto the ground or on a paper or something. So half of the project I think is done. The most difficult part now starts, which is the other part. So this is going to be the top of the tandoor, and essentially what we're going to do is just cut off a piece of this so that you have the opening there. That's going to take a while. I have a saw here. What I've done for the first tandoor is I used some of these that I had lying around at home. They were meant for wood, so you can notice they kind of got blunted out. So what I've done now is got this one, which is cobalt and capable of going through concrete. So hopefully this will make it faster and easier. Let's see. Okay, you see everything has been now put in. We have the big outer pot, the inner pot, and I have put the saucer in the middle here. And you can see the ground through the holes, so we are properly aligned. Maybe it's not perfect, but I think they should work. And my idea is it gets too hot at the bottom. If we need to add more saucers, we could do that. Kind of just do the same thing, get a saucer, drill holes, and plop it up on top of this saucer to get some extra insulation at the bottom. And also one thought is that it may make it easier to clean. If some ash is remaining, you just pick out the saucer, which comes out really easy, and then throw away the ash. So the top is in now, so essentially what I'm going to do is just mark a line, and then you have to cut all around so the top part goes away and we have the opening into the tandoor. That takes the longest, so I'm hoping with the new blade that goes really fast. So we are now here. I have cut this up into 2 pieces, so we now have the opening of our tandoor. It took about 2 hours of cutting. I used cobalt blades and I had to go through 2 of them. I think if you can find a diamond blade, maybe that might go faster and it might not get worn out as much. But we are here, and what remains is really the easiest and quickest part. Okay, now we have put the cut pot on top of the other pot. This is how it's going to look, and around here we are going to put in an insulation so that the outer pot doesn't get hot and you're able to cook without fear of getting burnt. The other thing I've done is the opening here is just over 1 foot. So what's that going to enable me to do is kind of put in a grate, 12-inch grate down this opening so that it rests just above the coals. It could be used for additional cooking or even to catch food that might slip off the skewers, so that the food doesn't go and hit the coal directly. Okay, so we are done now filling our insulation. So I've used vermiculite, goes all around the inner core, and essentially what this does is make sure that the outer pot doesn't get hot, so if you touch it by mistake while cooking, it doesn't burn you. Vermiculite is very light, and a strong gust of wind kind of tends to make it fly away. So what I had tried in my earlier version was to kind of have an inch or two of wood chips at the top, but what I noticed is that the inside pot got so hot that the wood chips started charring and smoking, so I wouldn't recommend putting wood chips. So vermiculite is something that you can get at Home Depot in Osh. I got this at Home Depot. That vermiculite. So essentially, I think one bag like this costs about 20 bucks. The other thing that I wanted to do is, while I was filling this up with vermiculite, some of it dropped down inside the tandoor. So this is kind of a good test for me to see how my inside saucer works in terms of cleaning. So as you can see, there is vermiculite everywhere. So I'm going to just reach in, grab the saucer and pick it up, and there you go. That's how you will clean up some of the remaining ash as well. So here is the top of the pot we cut out. It has its uses as well. So what I've done in the past is use this as a starter area for the coal. You just put the coal in here, get them nice and heated up before you just pick them up and transfer them inside the tandoor. The other thing you can do with it is, if you want the heat to be retained inside, you can cover this up. When you get the fire started inside, so some of the heat gets retained, and now since we have 5 holes in the bottom, I think there will be enough airflow. You won't douse the fire out. And this is also a permanent cover kind of for the tandoor, so that you don't keep that open for animals to get into.
So the tandoor oven is ready, and I can't wait to taste some.